We're back. Chat, if you're out there, I'm waiting for people to show up. Please let me know if you're out there and let me know if you can hear me. We're back on the stream. Who's going to be the first commenter? Let's see. Who's going to be first in the chat? Yay! What's up, Huntsman? How are you doing? Can you hear me all right? Let me know. Praying that you can hear me. What's up? Chris O'Reilly's up in the chat. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Huntsman is here. UK Mapper is here. Chris O'Reilly is here. What's up, Chris? Chris says I'm back. Good to have you on the chat, Chris. What's up, man? Shania is here. She can hear me as well. What's up? What's up? Logan's here. Well, what's up, guys? It's turned into a good stream already. Thank you for joining. Thank you for jumping on the second stream. Sorry for the audio problems. I don't know what was up. Every time I stream, I have this same problem. I start the stream, and every time people say, I can't hear you, I'll end the stream, I'll start a new stream, and people are like, yeah, we can hear you now. UK Mapper says, nice plant. Thank you, UK Mapper. This is one I've had for a few years now, actually, and it's quite a big plant. Logan says, I dropped my first video today. Hell yeah, Logan. That's awesome. I will try and check it out. Well done, you. Chris says, just dropped a new vid today. Chris, you know what? When I went on YouTube just to start stream, I haven't watched the video yet, but it came up. It was like, Chris O'Reilly. And then there was a thumbnail of you like smiling halfway doing through a press up. So I'm gonna check that video out. It sounds like it might, but it seems like it could be the fitness challenge. So I'm looking forward to that, mate. Shania says, can I be mod? You can, Shania. But please, if you're going to be a mod, no more. I think it was you that was leaving poo comments, or your sister was leaving poo comments. So hopefully no more of that. Hopefully no more of those. But Shania, as you've asked so politely, you are now a moderator. What's up? What's up? Oh, and Chris says, hey, British Huntsman, I get my new video in my new short. That's awesome. Johnny says, we can hear you well. What have you... I think that's meant to say, hear you well. What have you done today? Well, Johnny, if you're just joining the stream now, this is the second stream. I started another one a few minutes ago, but everyone was like, we can't hear you in the comments. So in the chat, I mean. So now we're back for another stream. And if you're watching, there's 20 people I can see watching right now. So what's up to you guys, W viewers? We've got some regulars watching, which is awesome. We've got Chris O'Reilly in chat. UK Mapper's here. Shania's here. Johnny Hjorth Larson's here. Who else have we got? Logan's dropped a video today. It's all popping off. Thank you for joining the stream, guys. I'm looking forward to another chill one with you. I'm actually getting a little bit more pumped by streaming at the moment. I'm seeing more and more people online that are like, oh, blowing up. And it's making me think, you know what? I'm nothing special, but I enjoy streaming. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. So maybe I should do more streams. UK Mapper says I have a pretty similar plant. Nice. I think this is a Monstera, if I'm not mistaken. Big old Monstera. aka cheese plant. Chris says, let's say I failed the challenge, but I'm not giving up on it. Well, you know what, Chris? You tried the challenge, and that's the main thing, right? You had a go at it, and trying at something versus not trying at all is a big difference. So I'm looking forward to seeing it, mate. And yeah, you gave it a go. That's the key thing. And the fact you're up for doing something is cool. So big respect to you, my friend. UK Mapper says, what is a mod? So a mod is just someone who acts as a conversational moderator. So if someone's being mean, they keep an eye on the comments. If needs be, they remove the comments. They put people in time. Now, I'm not the type of guy that wants people to be like censored or have their comments removed. But sometimes you can get people being pretty mean. Like I'm lucky. Like a lot of my streams are very chill. We have some really nice people watching. But then sometimes you'll get people that are just weird and will leave nasty comments. The mods jump in and tidy that up. Boho Dap 27 says hi. What's up, Boho Dap? Oh, Alan says, hi, Edward. Remember I finished a stream with you? I was the only viewer. Alyan, you were the only viewer, and that makes you a real one. So thank you, Alyan. It was fun to climb down with you. Literally, when you were like, "I'm going," I was like, "Boom, we're pulling the plug." So Alyan, I enjoyed that. Thank you for sticking through with me. That was awesome. And big up to Alyan, and big up to everyone who's watching right now. Millionaire Mitch, who I don't think we've seen in the chat before. Millionaire Mitch says, the thing about YouTube Live is that it's not a friendly platform. And it's full of very strange people, so they scroll and already expect negative experience. You could be right, Millionaire Mitch. You could be right. I found for the most part, maybe I've been lucky. I've had some really chill people that comment in the chat. But I had one guy who commented. He was like, "What did he say?" He was just like, "Pretty boring to be at TBH." I was like, "Well, to be fair, you're not paying for it, are you? I'm not charging you any money. If I was charging you like a subscription, I was boring you, then I could understand you being annoying. But if I was just like myself, like going through lives, and there was someone that was boring, I don't think I'd waste the effort to be like, you're boring. I'd just scroll on." But from my experience, yeah, people have been pretty friendly. That's what I like about YouTube. To be honest with you, I feel like YouTube's pretty chill. Maybe it's because we're just building a nice little chill thing together here, guys. So maybe I've been lucky. And Chris says it can be friendly. Yeah, I'd agree with that, honestly. People, honestly, genuinely, people like Chris, Alyan, Eva the Diva when she's here, UK Mapper, Huntsman, like everyone's been really chill in the chat. So I think we're just lucky and we're building a nice little thing together, guys. Huntsman, who is a keen astronomer and fan of astronomy, says, by the way, 2 days ago before stream, I took a photo of the constellation of Orion, brackets a winter constellation, and captured with a quarter of a second exposure time. I captured the Orion Nebula and 2 star clusters. Sick. That sounds really cool. I know very little about astronomy, or stars or anything like that, but that sounds really cool. And it sounds like you know what you're doing, Huntsman, so that's ace. Johnny says, made 185 out of 3 in shooting today. 185 points, 3 bullseyes. Max is 200 points with 22 caliber. Nice, Johnny. Good going, man. 185 out of a max of 200. That's pretty sick. 3 bullseyes. Damn. Samuel Faria says, hello, I'm Samuel Faria. For you, Samuel, nice to have you in the chat. Alyan says, where's Dan or Nyan? Haven't seen them really. So Dan, good question. I reckon Dan will be turning up anytime. He's usually on time, but sometimes he's a little bit after the stream starts. But that's cool because I'm often late to the stream myself. And Nyan, aka Nirvana, she'll probably be here as well. We'll give it time. And Logan says, I don't think Jacob can come on today. No worries, Logan. Thanks for letting me know. And if you speak to Jacob, say hello from us. Nice. Chris says, by the way, Edward, I have a special vid dropping tomorrow and I would appreciate you watching it as it's special. Yeah, Chris, definitely, man. I follow you now, so your vids or subscribe to your vids pop up for me. So I will check out the first one you did, the fitness one, and I'll check out the second one as well when it drops. Huntsman says, I can teach about astronomy, lol. Yeah, definitely, Huntsman. Like, I'm always up for learning new things. So if you have any not top tips, but if you have any key facts or like interesting bits of information you want to share in the chat, definitely put it below. Alice says, who? And Chris says, who are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know, Chris. I'm not sure who Alice or Alice is talking to. Maybe to me. Who knows? Random. And Chris has a match, but he's dropping the vid the same day as his match. Cool, Chris. I look forward to checking that out, man. And good on you for getting stuck into the content making. The more you do it, the more you'll get into it, I reckon. So yeah, big respect to you for giving it a go. And Chris says, I sadly can't tune in tomorrow. Chris, no worries at all, my friend. It's always nice to have you on the stream. But like I say to everyone, if you can't join the stream, no worries at all. Like, we've all got lives, we're all doing stuff. Never to join. We've got Rafa back in the chat who says, hello, what's up, Rafa? Nice to see you. And Rafa says, I'm back. Yeah, Rafa bringing the energy. That's what's up. Good to see you, Rafa. Alice, straight in with the interrogation, says, what's your job? was trying to think of a funny thing to say then. I work in like finance. I work in financial services. How about you, Alice? Alice, what's your job? And who are you? Logan says, if you don't mind me asking, why did you choose to become vegan? What was your motivation? Great question, Logan, and thank you for asking. So I went vegetarian originally when I was 17, turning 18, because I realised that if I was an animal, I wouldn't appreciate people hurting and abusing me. So So I went vegetarian, and then a few years after that, I realised that actually the reason I went vegetarian was to kind of use animals being hurt and abused, and by still consuming things like milk and dairy and eggs, I was still supporting animals being exploited, and I didn't want to be a part of that. And so I went vegan, and that was over 10 years ago, and it's been an amazing experience. Genuinely, I've really enjoyed it, and I feel better for it. I think I look better for it. I spend less money. I've met an amazing community of people. I love food even more. So for me personally, it's just been W after W. That's why I went vegan. I went vegan for the animals, and then I stayed vegan for environmental reasons, health reasons. So yeah, honestly, genuinely, guys, I'm not going to keep talking about it because I'm not trying to like preach at you. But one of the reasons why veganism is something I've always been put about is because it wasn't just because it works because for me for the animals, it's because it also works in terms of like my health, how much money I spend, how I feel, what I think I look like. So yeah, it's just been W's all around. So thank you for the question, Logan. And Jim says, "Yo, I'm here. What's up, Jacob? Good to have you back in the chat. We've got some OGs here, which makes me happy." And by the way, guys, if you're watching and you haven't hit the like button yet, don't make this guy cry. Don't make me cry. You don't want to see that. I'm a crier. Don't make me cry. So hit the like button. I know you're watching. Rafa says, "What plant is that behind you?" It is a monstera plant. I believe that's the name of this plant. It's a big monstera plant. It's kind of like a tropical plant. I think they're also referred to as cheese plant because these things here, they're kind of like little gaps between the leaves. They start. I'm trying to see if there's. Yeah, you can see one here, right? Can you see that? It's got like a hole in it, kind of like the holes in cheese. So it's also called a cheese plant. Chris says, "I have to go for dinner. Bye, guys. Peace out, Chris. Over the chat, man, and we'll see you next time." Oh, Huntsman's dropping knowledge in the chat. He says, "A light year is a distance of measurement where light travels in a year. 9.47 kilometers. That is crazy. And the nearest star, wow, that's mental to think. The nearest star is 4.2 light years away. So that's like what, roughly. No, that's like 40 or 50 trillion kilometers away. The nearest star is like 40 plus trillion kilometers away. That is a crazy star. Thanks for dropping knowledge in the chat, Huntsman. And Huntsman says, means we see that star 4.2 years into the past. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I think I did know that. So we're literally, when we start and we're looking up at night, we're literally looking into the past at stars which presumably don't even exist because they've burnt themselves out. And Huntsman says we see everything in the past, actually, even plants. The light that reflects off them takes maybe around 1 times 10 to the power of negative 7 seconds. Very small. You're seeing that in the past. Crazy. Thanks for dropping knowledge, Huntsman. That's cool. Rafa says, "Hey man, do you like to listen to vinyl records?" You know what? I don't currently own a vinyl player, like a record player. But records are super cool. I actually have a collection of like vintage records that I used to collect when I was younger. I just don't have a player for them right now. But Rafa, do you have a player? And if you do, what records do you like listening to? Alan McDreamy says, the bad guys won World War II. 2 out of trolling, Alan. Terrible patter. Alice says, how many languages can you speak? I can speak 1 fluently and speak some Spanish and a little bit of French. So really, we're talking about probably like 1.2 languages I can speak, if I'm being honest. Probably not even that. Can I speak more than 20% of the Spanish language? Probably not. Chris says, I'm back, guys. What's up, Chris? Back in the building, back in the chat. Rafa says, yes, I listen to rock records. That's awesome, Rafa. Any rock records in particular? What do you like listening to? Give me some of the bands that you like. Cool. Guns N' Roses, Green Day, AC/DC. Nice. So you've got Guns N' Roses, Green Day, and AC/DC on record. That's pretty cool. Says that's why time dilation exists in space. Time works differently because a person on Earth could see a meteor pass by, like, I don't know, 10 seconds ago, but someone on the International Space would say 9.8 seconds he saw that. I get you. That makes sense. But you're right, it is confusing, it is complicated. What else have we got? Elise says, can you speak a little Spanish language and then translate it to English? I will do a tiny bit of Spanish. Elise, if you tell me a little bit of something, you've been asking a lot of questions, but you've not been telling me who you are, where you're from, what you. So if you want to share something with me, and I'll share a tiny little bit of Spanish with you. How about that? Nirvana says, AC/DC was mentioned and suddenly Nirvana's in the chat. Nice. What's up, Nirvana? Good to see you back in the chat again. Yeah, like someone sent a cosmic signal and you like weren't on YouTube, but then somehow in your brain you were like, AC/DC, better jump on stream. But anyway, Nirvana, nice up in the chat again. We are hanging out, we're talking, we're asking and answering questions. Chris says, can you put Chasing Abby in the background? Yeah, why not? If I go off stream for a second, guys, it's because I'm putting a tune on. Bear with me. See, hang on, ignore that. I'm going to have to do it on my TV. Let's try this out. Specifically, Oh My Johnny. Let's give it a go. I'm actually not familiar with Chasing Abby, I can't lie. So, this is going to be a new one. We do this sometimes where we put song requests on. Chasing Abby, there we go. And let's specifically, Oh My Johnny. Let's have a look. Here we go. Chasing Abby, Oh My Johnny. Yeah, never heard of Chasing Abby. Never heard this tune before. This is currently an advert. Once the advert ends, chat, we'll be listening to some Chasing Abby. Nirvana says, help, my parents are fighting. It's 12:21 a.m. How do they expect me to sleep? Oh, that's never easy. Nirvana, when your parents are arguing, or you've got family arguing around, that's not easy at all. Hopefully they'll stop arguing a bit and be more mindful of the fact that you're trying to sleep. Yeah, I feel bad for you, honestly, because it's always stressful when anyone's arguing, especially parents. So sending hugs your way. Yo, Chris, is this an Irish band? A Chasing Abby an Irish band? Yeah, never heard of them, but thanks for introducing me to new music. Huntsman says, by the way, the word spectroscopic star binary system, those a system of two or more stars, like Alpha Centauri system, the nearest star to the sun, looks like one star but is multiple. Huntsman is dropping knowledge in the chat, so guys, if you want to know anything about astronomy, Huntsman is your man. And Nirvana says, I love Chasing Abby, OMG. Awesome. Nirvana says, after that, can you play Teenagers by My Chemical Romance? Why not, Nirvana? And Kelly says, hi, OMG, I'm back. What's up, Kelly Fowler? How are you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. And Chris says, yeah, they're from my near little town. That's cool, man. Thank you for introducing me to new music. I love taking requests from people. And that's what I'm saying, right? Because people will ask me to play songs, and some of them I've heard of, and some of them I've never heard of. And it's really cool to hear new music. So big up to yourself, Chris. And Nirvana says, it's not like Stomach Book, I swear. Rock. Yeah, don't worry, Nirvana. We'll put some on. Jamaica High's up in the chat. What's up, Jamaica High? Nice to see you. So, guys, if you're just joining the chat, we are joining the stream. We're listening to Chasing Abby, which is an Irish music group. But you can see the... Yeah, I literally heard of Chasing Abby before. But Nirvana, who's in the Middle East, has heard Chasing Abby. So maybe I'm just uninformed. Huntsman doesn't really listen to bands. I usually listen to indie horror game songs, to be fair. Fair enough, man. Whatever you like. Whatever works for you. Oh, that's another good tune. But we're going to put on... What was the request? It was Teenagers by My Chemical Romance. Let's put that on. Now, a slight pause, chat, just while I clear this off. I wonder if I put MCR Teenagers. That should work, right? Let's try. Space. I wonder if I've heard this one. I've heard a couple of like MCR tunes, but I don't know if I've heard of this one. Here we go. All right, coming up. 18 years ago. Wow, crazy. All right, ignore the advert, guys. Let me catch up with the comments. Rafa says, "What is your favourite band?" You know, I got asked this the other day, right? And it's such a tricky question to answer. But if you force me to choose just one band, I'd probably say the Beatles, because whilst that's like a super basic answer, whenever I listen back to the Beatles, I'm just reminded. I can just hear how much they've influenced modern pop music. So yeah, and I love the Beatles. Honestly, they're a quality band. Oh, I know this one. I think Nirvana says the thing with me is I like any music except the music I don't like. Jamaica says, "Yo, Huntsman." Tune, to be fair. This one in a while. Alice says, "I'm from Philippines and I'm a student." Alice, es un placer conocerte. Mi nombre es Edward. Soy inglés. Y nada, estoy aquí en el norte de Inglaterra. ¿Y cómo estás? So you asked for a little bit of Spanish, which I just gave you. All I said was, "My name is Edward. I'm English. I'm in the northwest. I'm in the northwest of England. How are you?" And that's really cool that you're from the Philippines, at least. I love people are from. So chat, if you're watching right now, one of my favourite things is hearing where are people are from. So I'm Edward. I'm in the north of England. We've got people watching from all over the spot. We've got Elise in Philippines. We've got Chris, who's in Ireland. If you want to share where you're from, guys, I would love to know. And we're currently listening to Teenagers by My Chemical Romance, requested by Nirvana. So shout out to you. Sandy Violet XCCCC says, "What city you? You sound like the older brother from Friday Night Dinner." Well, what do you, Sandy Violet? I am not from a city, but my nearest big city would be Manchester. And I used to live in Manchester for a number of years, so maybe you can hear a bit of a northern twang in my voice. It says, "I've got to go soon, but hopefully be back on tomorrow." Logan, always nice to see you in the chat. W Logan, thanks for watching, man, and we'll see you next time. Raffs, "I recently had a performance for my music class and I played Wonderwall on cello and my best mate was singing and another guy was on the piano and it was going really, really well until an idiot in my..." Where's the end of the comment? "Class had to ruin it by laughing at my friend singing and he got shouted at by the chair and after that we had to restart and it all went downhill from there." Rafa, that sounds like a hectic experience. But good on you for getting up and doing the, playing Wonderfair. But there's always going to be an idiot, isn't there? What's this? Oh, this is a tune as well. This just came on. Chat, let me know if you know what this song is. This just came on as suggested. Let me know, chat, if you know what this is. Minnie Bailey's up in the chat. What's up, Minnie? Nice to see you. 1 Inch Wonder says, "Sometimes I wear mug like a glove because it is warm on my hand." Weirdest comment of the stream goes to you, 1 Inch Wonder. Hey, what's up, Jazz? Nice to see you tuning in from Canada. Lovely to see you. How are you? Lady of Hello says, "You are so chill." Well, thank you very much, Lady of Hello. I really appreciate that, genuinely. whenever I stream, I do want it to be chill. I want you guys to just come and hang out with me and just kick back and relax. I've had a long day myself. So yeah, thank you, Lane. Hello, I really appreciate that. Rafa says, hey man, did you know I'm Spanish too? Well, Rafa, I won't be speaking any more Spanish because my accent will be rough, probably, and yeah, I can only speak conversational Spanish. But that's awesome. I love Spain, not just saying it. Spain's a great place. Hey, and I'm catching up with the chat. I'm really behind, but thank you everybody for letting me know where you're from. We've got Minnie, who's from the UK. We've got Jazz, who's from Canada. We've got Elise from Philippines. And Nirvana is Lebanese, 50% Lebanese and 50% French. Oh, cool. And Rafa's in North London. Nice, Rafa. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of Spanish people in the UK and in London as well. Yo, Sandy Violet says, love your vids. Love from Milton Keynes. Peace, Sandy Violet. Thanks so much for sharing that. Honestly, it's a highlight for me to hear where people are from. It's one of my favourite parts about streaming, just connecting with people from all over the space. And thank you for saying you love the vids. I really appreciate that. Huntsman, who says, I'm from the UK, specifically England. Huntsman, me and you both. Nirvana says, I know this. Damn it, I forgot the name. Shit. Joanne Bell says, are you from Australia? No, I'm not, Joanne. I'm from sunny England, northwest England. Jazz, when asked how she's doing, she says, I'm doing good. Got a day off of work, so I was able to catch you live. Thank you so much, Jazz. That's awesome. I hope you had a chill day off work. Cool. And Rafa says, my fam is from Cordoba in southern Spain. Nice. That's one part of Spain I've not been to. I've been to a few places, but never Cordoba. And Joanne's from Australia. Thank you so much for sharing, Joanne. I love hearing, genuinely, where people are from. I'm not just, but we've got people from the Philippines, Spain, where have we got? Ireland, Canada, the UK. How cool is that, guys? We're all just connected via this stream. Oh, and another banger as well. You know what? I've discovered so much good music over the years, just from the YouTube algorithm. Some of my favourite tunes have just appeared and I've clicked on them. So thank you, YouTube. Lee Smith says, hello, how are you? I'm from the UK too, bit of in excess. Nice. Lee, very nice to see you on the chat. Big up to you, another UK guy. And you're absolutely right, that was some in excess. Huntsman says, honestly, the UK is a very diverse country of a lot of different people, mixed culture. Most I don't understand in any capacity, lol. Yeah, it is a complicated place. Dave, got Danny in the chat. Who the F is Danny? He says, hey, how are you? Good day. What's up, Danny? Always a pleasure. I'm doing well, thank you. Back for another stream. It's nice to have you guys on with me. How are you doing, Danny? How's your day been? We are chilling by the plant. We've got some white stripes on in the background, and we're just hanging out. Maha says, you like Nikki and Hyphen? Joanne says, I'm in year 3. Well, keep working hard at school, Joanne. That's my advice. Lee says, got to recommend Crush by Jackie Benson. Found her streaming the other day. She's absolutely wonderful. We will put that on next. Like I was saying to the chat before, I always like hearing new music and being introduced to new music. So we'll put that on next, Lee. Thanks for the suggestion. Huntsman says, yo, by the way, loving stream like always. 10th like. Huntsman, big up to you. Thank you so much. And someone else just hit the like button as well. So if you've hit the like button, double love and respect to you. Nirvana says, I love this song. Yeah, me too. Banger. Joanne, I'm 8 years old. Well, Joanne, if you are 8 years old, be careful on the internet. Take care of yourself. Try not to talk to too many strange people. And where possible, get your parent or guardian to make sure they're looking after you. The Buddy says, put on Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Another great song. And we will put that on after... What was the song? Jackie Venson, Crush by Jackie Venson. We're going to put Jackie Venson, Crush on next. And then after that, let's put some Red Hot Chili Peppers on. Huntsman says, I would say my age, but I don't want to because it's kind of my personal info, but I might. Huntsman, protect yourself at all times. So if you don't feel comfortable putting your age online, then don't share that online. Keep, the less you can share about yourself, the safer. Danny said, stressful day. Did a lot of salon hopping because I'm soon getting my hair coloured to a purple colour. And it's my first time getting my very black hair bleached, so I want a good stylist. Fair play, Danny. Yeah, if you're getting dyed, then obviously that, as you know, that kind of takes it out on your hair. So you want to make sure you get someone to do a good job. So you are smart to shop around. Oh, that was close. You know what, guys? I just nearly knocked my water over. Look how close I was to knock water over. Saved by the weights. It literally went like that. And it went like that. Saved by the weights. All right. Let's put some Jackie Venson on, chat. And then after that, we're going to put some Red Hot Chili Peppers on. Requested by somebody else. But in the meantime, let's put some Jackie Venson on, who I've never heard of, but was suggested by Lee Smith in the chat. Thank you to Lee for the suggestion. Right, let's find this out. Let's search this up. I'm going to go Jackie. I really need to get, a quicker way to do this. Okay, Jackie Venson. Found Jackie Venson. I'm going to put Crush on. Where's Crush? Come on, Crush. Come on, Crush. Alright, we're going to have to search it up. Space. Anticipation is killing me. Alright. Here we go. Alright. What's up, chat? We're back. We're putting some Jackie Venson on, requested by Lee. What else have we got in the chat? And Danny's going for movies tomorrow. Excited about it. Nice. What are you going to watch, Danny? What's on at the cinema? Chris says, Edward, I'm going to go properly, but enjoy it. And my vid that's dropping tomorrow, I promise you it'll make you really happy, and wishing the chat a wonderful day or evening. Chris, big respect to you, my friend. Always nice to have you in the chat. And if you're still watching this, I appreciate you. I really appreciate you joining the chat, bringing the energy. And if you are watching this chat, then make sure to go check out Chris's page because he started making his own videos. The Buddies says hi. What's up, the Buddies? Minnie says, when is the Roblox live? It's coming, Minnie. I'm building up to it. I promise you guys it's going to happen, so it will happen, but it's not tonight. Danny says, yeah, I'm very excited for my new hair, though. Honestly, a lot of news happening. I'm graduating in a month, and I will apply for my master's. Got new piercings, joined a new gym. Cool. Overwhelming in a good way. Yeah, it sounds like you've got a lot going on, but things to be excited about. New hair, graduating soon, applying for new piercings, and you've joined a new gym. Danny, it's all going on for you. Sounds like all very positive stuff. And Minnie says, sorry I missed the others, but at least I joined early. Minnie, do not worry. It's always nice to have you on the chat, in the chat. And like I say to people, there's never any pressure to join the stream. The Buddy says, where are you from? I'm from Scotland. How are you doing, the Buddies? Always nice to see someone from sunny island of the United Kingdom. That doesn't really work, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, love Scotland. I'm from England myself. Genuinely love Scotland. Someone asked me in the chat, where's your favourite place in the UK? And apart from my home, Scotland is honestly one of my favourite places in the UK. It's a brilliant place. So much nice scenery and nature. Danny says, I'm going to watch Hamlet. Cool. I've actually never been to see any Shakespeare cinema or at the theatre, which is terrible because I'm an appreciator of English literature and poetry and such. My Melody and Kuromi fan 15 says I only have 15 subs. Well, listen, I've not got that many subs either. My humble advice would be keep making videos about things that you enjoy, and over time, people who enjoy those sorts of things will find your channel. So keep going, don't give up. Huntsman says, oh yeah, I do hope you all have a nice day. Forgot to say actually, but at least I remembered. Anyway guys, hope you're having a good day, evening, night / morning. Those are the vibes talking about. W Huntsman. Huntsman joined the stream for the first time maybe like, what, 3 or 4 days ago. And since then, always bringing the positive energy, always bringing the vibes. So Huntsman, W yourself, and I hope you're having a good evening as well. Crystal Green says hi. Crystal Green says hi. Hi, can I have a shout out? Are you okay? Crystal Green, this is a shout out just for you. Thank you for joining the stream. I think I've seen you in the chat before, so it's nice to see you here. And I'm doing well, thank you very much for asking. How are you doing? Asan says, yo, I'm back. What's Asan? Good to have you in the chat. I always love seeing friendly, familiar faces in the chat. It makes it special for me. Thank you very much, Asan. Good to see you up in the building once more. Lee Smith says, are you in England or just from there? Lee, I'm born in England, raised in England, and who knows, maybe one day I will pass away in England. And I'm from England, and very proud to be so. How about you, Lee? Smith is a quintessentially English name, but maybe you're American, or maybe you're an American living in England. I don't know. But thanks for the question. Danny says, what's going on with you? Chilling, Danny, just chilling. Been at work today, came back, did a shoulder workout, which was good. Went round to my parents for some tea, and literally came straight back from my parents, jumped on stream with you guys, and just vibing. I want to start doing, I'm going to do a thing where I like get a plug-in so I can stream to YouTube and Kick at the same time. I want to stream in like a few different places, but YouTube is like where my heart is. But yeah, definitely want to see if I can reach some people on Kick as well. And I'm hoping that with your guys' help, we can grow the stream a little bit. I'd love to start doing some streams and like longer streams as well when I can on a weekend. So yeah, things are all right with me, thank you. Just chilling. Sophie is cool, says hi. What's up, Sophie? Nice to see you in the chat. And Faisal Atta just says Stray Kids. Fair. The British one says, I got 62 subscribers just today. What, you got 62 subscribers in a day? That's crazy. So, crazy numbers. The Buddy says, have you ever been to Paisley? No, I've never been to Paisley. That's one place in Scotland that I've been to. There's actually so much of Scotland that I've never seen before. Like, I've mainly been to, like, this, you know, like to Edinburgh, to Glasgow, Inverness. Never been to Paisley. Not really seen much of the Scottish Highlands. So, yeah, need to explore. And Faisal says, do you know Stray Kids? Yes, I do Stray Kids. I said, I do know Stray. Yes, I do know Stray Kids. People randomly asking in the comments, like, do you know Stray Kids? Do you know Stray Kids? And the answer is yeah, we've actually played Stray Kids on stream before. Moonery Cadzillion says, what's up, Moonery? Nice to see you in the chat. How are you doing? And Filmed by Chloe X says, hey, can I have a shout out, please? Well, Filmed by Chloe, this is a shout out just for you. Thank you for joining the stream. It's nice to see you in the chat. I don't think I recognise your username, but in any case, this is a shout out just for you. And if you want to do me a little favour, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Faisal says, do you know Stray Kids? I said, well, thank you very much, Faisal. I appreciate that. And yes, I do know Stray Kids. But as I say, we've played some Stray Kids on the stream before. Lee Smith says, West Yorkshire, hate it, haha. Well, Lee, without going too deep into it on the stream, yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying. There's some great places in West Yorkshire, like country-wise, scenery-wise, but there's some places in West Yorkshire where I definitely wouldn't want to live. No back to your home area, but yeah, maybe we're on the same wavelength there. I don't know, man.
Huntsman says, I also made jam tarts with strawberry jam from scratch. Made 35. Damn. That's a lot of jam tarts, Huntsman. W tarts. And Danny says, that's nice. What's your profession? So I work in financial services. So I kind of help people. I'm not a financial advisor, but I help people to like look at their situation, to see if there's anything that the company I work for could do to support them. And basically just have like a chat about people's finances, what they want to achieve, like what their goals are. So yeah, financial services. How about you, Danny? If you feel comfortable in sharing what you do, you just said you're graduating, right, or about to graduate. So I guess you're.
So as well, chat, we are going to put some Red Hot Chili Peppers on because that was requested. Another good song, but we're going to put some Red Hot Chili Peppers on. And whoever, I think it was Lee Smith that recommended Jackie Venson Crush. And Lee, I enjoyed that tune by Jackie Venson, so thanks for the recommendation. Good find from you. All right, here we go. There we go. Boom. Is it going to be an advert? Probably. I cancel my YouTube Premium, which is... Oh, no advert. Boom. Huntsman says, I actually found this channel like 6 days ago. Time has gone quick. Time does fly. And I'm behind with the comments, so let me catch up. Phoenix Fox says, hello. What's up, Phoenix Fox? Nice to have you in the chat. Lee says, have a lovely night, mate. Take care. Hope I catch you again. Well, if you're talking to me, it's been very nice to chat to you, my friend. And thank you for joining the chat. And Phoenix Fox says, hi! Phoenix Fox, how are you doing? Yeah, Lee Smith, if you're still watching, good to have you in the chat, man. And we'll see you next time. British Huntsman says, it cost me less than £1 for the ingredients. Nice. Sounds like a good session of baking, Huntsman. That's awesome. Phoenix Fox says, hello. What's up, Phoenix Fox? Phoenix Fox, if you've not liked the stream, then you should definitely like the stream. And Moonary says, I'm back. What's up, Moonary? Good to have you back in the chat. And Minnie is going to have a little bit of a rest. Well, Minnie, rest up, get some rest, chill out, take it easy. See you when you're back. Wow, chat, the time has gone fast. 45 minutes nearly already. That's what happens when you're just hanging out and vibing. And Huntsman says, also, when I got 62 subscribers today, I meant I hit 62 subscribers today. Also, I'm going to give you a shout out on my community post. Well, Huntsman, any shout out to myself is always appreciated. So thank you very much. And congrats on hitting 62 subs. That's awesome, man. Over the 50 subs mark. On your way to 100 subs. Boom. Keep it up. And Jazz says, that's a nice plant, lol. Thanks, Jazz. Yeah, this is a Monstera plant. Saying to the chat before, these are also known as cheese plants here in the UK because of the holes in them, kind of like holes in the cheese. But I've had this one for I think about 8 years now, maybe. I had it a long time, so it's been doing well. It's surviving. Moonary says, have you had dinner yet? I don't know what time it is where you're in the UK. Well, Moonary, big up to yourself. I'm also in the UK. And yeah, it's 10 to 9 here. I've had some tea, or as I call it, tea. But yeah, I've had my evening. Thank you for asking. I just went round to my parents and I had some some brown rice, some soy mince with some black beans in there, and some sugar snap peas on the side, and it was good. The buddy says, "Oh right, do you know Saint Mirren?" Heard of it, but I've never been there. Never been there. Aisha Cruz says, "UK hi, what's up, Aisha? How are you doing?" Another UKer in the building. And it says cheese plant. Haha, I like that name for it. Definitely never heard that name before, lol. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that it's called a cheese plant. I'm second guessing myself, but I'm like 90% sure that's what it's called. Oh. Huntsman says, I just made the shout on my community post. Huntsman, that's awesome. I'm going to go check that out after this stream. And the buddies are spamming. But yeah, W Huntsman. And if you are watching, guys, right now, there's about 8 people watching the stream. W to yourself. Like I always say, the streams only make sense for me to do them when there's people watching. So when there's people watching, it makes me happy. And thank you to everybody who's shown love on this stream. Give me a like. Maybe you've subscribed. Maybe you've just commented. Either way, I really appreciate it. Let's get rid of this advert, guys, because that's annoying me in the background. And then we're going to put another tune on. Asan is ruthlessly moderating tonight because Buddy is spamming. And Moonery says, I hit 147 subscribers on my CapCut account. Nice, Moonery. Well done to you. That's good going. 147, nearly 150. And then once you hit that 150 mark, you're nearly on the road to 100. No, on the road to 200. So, hell yeah. Oh, Huntsman. Honestly, what a real one, right? Huntsman joined the chat about 6 days ago. I think it's like Huntsman said it's like the 6th day he's been here or something. And he's been a real one, showing Podgy in the chat. Give me a shout on his community post. So thank you so much, Huntsman. I really appreciate that. And to anyone in the chat right now or anyone watching who does something similar, takes the time to leave a comment, say hello, tell me where they're from, leave a like, anything like that. Okay, I really do. Aisha Crew says, lovely day. Aisha, I hope you're having a lovely day. My day has not been too bad. Dude Edit says hi. What's up, Dude Edits? Good to see you in the chat. I don't think I recognise your username. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining the chat stream. And like I always say, guys, if you want to let me know where you're watching from, you don't have to tell me your address, but like which part of the world, which country, it's always cool to hear. I'm currently in England, the north of England, and I know we've got people watching from different places. So, chat, we've got about another 20 minutes on stream. At the moment, we're having to do 70-minute streams because I go to work in the day, I come back, I do my exercise, I eat my food, and then I stream for a bit, and then it's bedtime, almost bedtime. And Moonery is in the capital of England, London town. Very cool, Moonery. Thanks for sharing. And Huntsman says, by the way, if you can get the time to maybe go outside at night and maybe look outside, look at the stars. It's really relaxing when you're like stressed or something. Works for me at least. Yeah, thanks, Huntsman. That's good advice. There's a place I like to go to which is quite quiet, sort of in the countryside, and there's no lights around, so it's just dark. Like no street lights, no housing lights, no nothing. And you can really see the sky, stars, and it just stands out really well. So yeah, I know what you're saying, it is relaxing. Minnie says, sorry I was away from keyboard, there is a spider in my room. Oh no. Well, I hope you've sorted your spider situation, Minnie. I've got a few friends who are quite scared of spiders, so hopefully you're not too afraid. So, it's 5 to 9 in sunny England. It's been a long day, but we've got a on the chat, guys, on the stream. Aisha is wishing a lovely evening. Lovely evening to you too, Aisha. And Moonery says, do you stream every day? Well, at the moment, Moonery, I'm about 5 days a week, and I need to think about it because I love streaming for you guys, but I need to think about whether I can keep streaming every day. Just it takes not a lot of time, but it takes some time, and I'm just trying to fit everything in with my life. So I need to work out whether to do like a couple of times a week or what. But I say I want to start streaming on Kick and get like a proper setup. Like I'm just on my phone. But I'm gonna do like a proper setup where I like have a laptop and like a bit of a background. Like I want it to be good for you guys. I want it to be interesting for you to watch, and I want more people to watch as well, right? So the more I want a better backdrop to make it more interesting for you guys to watch, and hopefully we'll get more people watching, and then I can go out and do more streams and just do it and see what happens. So in answer to your question, at the moment I stream every day, but I usually have maybe 2 days off because I'm busy or just can't stream on that day. But tomorrow is Thursday, and I will try and stream again for you guys. Same time, 8 p.m. UK. The British Huntsman says, Asan really wants me to be a moderator, I think, but I don't make that choice. That's up to you, Edward. You're right, Huntsman. That is my choice. That's absolutely my choice. And that's why I just made you a moderator. W Huntsman, let's go! Shania says hi again. What's up, Shania? And Umair Tareen says, hey, buddy. What's up, Umair? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Nice to see you in the chat. Shania says, am I going to be mod forever? Well, Shania, I'm hoping that at some point you won't mind if we rotate the moderators. You've done a very good job, but it's always nice to switch people around. And we don't have like too many mods at one time. But you're a mod for now. And the Alfred's theme says your internet is very bad. But yeah, the Alfreds, I'm sorry about that. I feel like that's part of the reason why I get people drop sometimes, because it's not like I'm super interesting, but sometimes it'll go from like 10 people to like 2 people or like really quickly. And I feel like it's just because I'm lagging. Munu says, don't stress yourself out. Yeah, it's true. Honestly, guys, because it's like, it's this balance, right, of I love streaming for you guys. Oh fuck! I mean, sorry, excuse the swearing. Yeah, I do really like streaming, but then sometimes it's tiring, like when I've been at work all day and stuff. So yeah, Jazz says, yeah, W Huntsman as well. Hope you enjoy being a mod. And Jazz says, just do random streams instead of scheduled streams. Then it takes the stress of having to do it. I would enjoy it more, and more people like me and catch it live. Yeah, it's a good. Thanks for the advice, Jazz. Honestly, because it's this is the thing, right? I want to make the games as interesting for people that watch, and there's like a few people now that do tune in to every stream, which I really appreciate, and they say they enjoy watching me and out with me, which is awesome. But I don't want to get to the point where like you say, it feels like a pressure. I want it to be always to be fun for me and you. So yeah, I'll have a think about it, and I might do a couple of days a week. How would you guys feel if you're watching? Let me know, chat. How would you feel about like an IRL stream where I go out like in the city and like go around on the street and chat to people and go to different food places? How would you feel about that? Let me know. Shania has to go now. See you later, Shania. If you're still here, take care, and we'll see you next time. And Mooney says, nah, internet in the UK is just trash, genuinely. You know what it is, Moonery, right? I got fibre optic put in my house like 4 months ago. I like had to take a morning off work because they were like taking long, and then they came and it was just a faff to get it installed. But my internet's been worse since. My internet is the worst internet I've probably ever had. So, yeah, not good. Let's turn the gunshots down. What else have we got? What else have we got? Munu says, I live in the UK too. Yeah, I don't think Munu is being rude. I think I agree, like, the internet's not the best in the UK. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. Jagveer94, thanks. I'm not sure what Jagveer is saying no thanks to. Oh, okay, as in like the city streams. Well, thanks for the feedback, Jagveer. At least you're being honest. And Jazz says, yes, that'd be cool to get around. Thank you for the feedback, Jazz. I really appreciate that. And here's what I'm thinking, right, guys. From my point of view, like I love sitting at home and just streaming for you guys. But I also think like it could be interesting to take you with me. Like if Jazz, for example, is from Canada. Maybe Jazz has never been to Manchester in England. And there's other people watch from around the world who maybe they've never been to different English cities. So I could take you to some of these places, take you with me, still be responding to the chat, vibing with you, but we're chatting to strangers as well. Calpy19 says, "Hey mate, how are you?" I'm doing good, thank you, Calpy. And Calpy says, "Nice to meet you. What's happening?" What's up, Calpy? Love the energy. Nice to have you in the chat. I'm doing well this evening. How are you doing? Dandy12 says, Dandy says, "I'm Dandicus." Well, what's up to you, Dandicus? What are you doing? Nirvana's back in the house, back in the chat. What's up, Nirvana? And Munu says, "I think you should do a podcast once you've everything settled and you're not pressured, of course." Well, thank you for the suggestion, Munu. Genuinely, I appreciate that. I think the next thing for me to do is definitely sort a proper setup where I've got I've got a laptop, but I might buy a new laptop because I don't know how good my current one would be for streaming. I've got like a spare room through there where I like do my working out. So I think I'll do like a setup, like actual streamers do, right? They've got like a like a gaming chair and a setup background. I think that's the next thing I need to do. And then yeah, maybe I could, if I ever got to doing a podcast, that'd be where to do it from. Calpy says, "I'm you. That's what's up. Thanks for bringing the energy to the chat, Calpy. I appreciate that. And guys, if you're watching the stream and you've been enjoying it, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps me out." And Jazz says, talking about the tour on stream, says, "I would love that, honestly. I've always wanted to visit, but don't know if I will ever get a chance." Well, fingers crossed. One day you will, Jazz. And by the way, whoever just hit the like 16th and 17th time, I really appreciate that. I would love to get this stream to like 20 likes, plus likes. The most we've ever had on a stream was like 25. And if I ever hit 30, I feel like that's when we'll know that we're really moving in the right direction. So thank you to everyone who takes time to hit the like button. But just back to your comment, Jazz. Yeah, I think it'd be fun, right? Because when I stream, I try and put myself in the shoes of the viewer. And for me, if I was like watching a content creator or a stream or something, and they're in, I don't know, Beijing, or they're in, I've been to New York, but like if they're in, like, say, Beijing, or they're in Rio de Janeiro, I'd find it quite cool to just like watch them go around and stuff. And to be fair, when I think of some of the biggest streamers out there now, if you think people like Show Speed, Speed did a really smart thing, and he went to different countries, right? And he just, instead of just sitting at home and streaming from home, he took his audience on a tour with him. Like, he showed his audience what he was seeing in different places in the world. So I think it's a cool thing for streamers to do. Mycos Creations says, "How are you?" I'm doing well, thank you, Mycos Creations, and thank you for asking. Hope I pronounced your name correctly. How are you doing? Calpy says, "Where are you from, mate?" I'm from England, the north of England. So yeah, and we've got a few people from England in the chat, or at least we did, but we've also got people from all around the world. So Mycos, Calpy, if you feel like you want to share where you're from, I'd love to know. Calpy says, "Come on, guys, like, and subscribe." Calpy, a real one. Thank you so much. And like Calpy said, hit that like button, guys. It really helps out. Huntsman says, "By the way, Edward, is it just me, or do Pokemon cards just smell nice?" You know what? They don't smell bad. I'll give you that. They don't smell bad. They've got that fresh card smell to them. But maybe it's the anticipation you're smelling. Maybe when you get like a fresh pack of Pokemon cards, you're like, this smells like potential. Moonery says, "You're so underrated. You deserve way more." Moonery, honestly, every single bit of motivation and positive energy that comes my way is so appreciated. Every time someone leaves me a nice comment, sends me a like, sends an emoji in the chat, subscribed, like, honestly, anything like that, it means so much, and I really appreciate it. I would love, guys, to grow a little bit as a streamer so I can do more stuff, take you on more with me, and if we could grow a cool little community together, that'd be sick. Like, some people start YouTube, right, and they're like, "Yeah, I want to make loads of money." Don't get me wrong, making money is cool. Like, if I could make money from streaming or YouTube, I wouldn't be like, "Oh no, keep the money." But that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it's fun, and like I enjoy connecting with different people around the world. So that's what I mean when people tell me where they're from, or the fact they're watching from Canada or the Philippines or Spain or wherever. It makes it super cool for me. So thank you, guys. Nirvana says, "I love the smell of new books." I know what you're saying, Nirvana. I know what you're saying. And weirdly, this just came back to me when I was a kid, right, at primary school, which is like the school in the UK we call like school from the ages of like 5 or 6, 11, primary school. Would you call it kindergarten in America? Maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, this is like our younger school. I remember like the textbooks, and some of them used to smell orangey. I know it sounds strange, but a bit like orange sweets. That just came back to me. Emily says, let me go back. Emily Simper says, me and Agatha Newiki said hello again. Do you remember us from the other day? And we've liked the video again. Emily, yes, I do. I remember you and Agatha. So nice to see you both in the chat. I hope you have a nice evening or morning, afternoon, whatever it is for you. And thank you so much for the like. It's really nice to see you again. Awesome. And Calby says, excuse me, cool. I'm from South Africa. This is what I'm talking about. Like, how cool is that, guys? We're just all strangers on the internet. You're watching from South Africa. I'm here in England. There's people watching from all over the world. That's about. So, W chat. And thanks for sharing, Calpy. Kaylee Hall says, do you know Luke Bassett? No, I don't. I don't know Luke Bassett. Calpy says, just here for the vibes. Hell yeah, Calpy. That's what it's about. And if you're here for the vibes as well, W yourself. Huntsman says, yo guys, everyone welcome. If you haven't, like the stream if you want, and maybe subscribe. Not forcing anyone to though. Yours choice all the way. Exactly. And Huntsman, thank you for being a real one. Thank you for bringing the energy. Never any pressure to like, never any pressure to even join the stream. Like sometimes people miss the stream and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, stream. Do not worry. Never any pressure to join. Never any pressure to do anything. If you feel like jumping on, that's super cool and you're always welcome here. But don't ever feel pressured if you miss it or anything. Huntsman says, we like the chill vibes here, and if anyone starts being a meanie, we will sort it out, don't worry. Exactly, that's what the moderators do a great job of, and I'm really grateful for the mods that do a nice job for me. I've been really lucky because I get like 80-90% comments of people being really chill, hanging out, vibing, and it's only a tiny fraction of people that will be a meanie, that will be unkind, and when they are, the mods jump on it, so shout out to the mods. And Huntsman, #1 viewer, double win. Huntsman, you're quickly becoming an OG, honestly. Like, there's actually like, honestly, there's about 6 or 8 people, probably about 8 people, right, that are regulars on the stream, always jump in the chat, moderating, energy. And every time we stream, that number gets a little bit bigger. And Huntsman, you're right in the mix, so thank you for bringing the good vibes to the chat. Cool. And Moonui says, I'm from Brazil. Very cool. That's what I'm talking about. You see, like, I know you said you live in London now, but that's exciting to me to know that people from like all over the world, living in different places, different backgrounds, and we're all hanging out and vibing. So, love to you all, chat. And you know what I was saying as well about all the comments being like 80% of the comments, 90% of the comments being nice. Well, we've got a not such a nice comment from Kevin Yu. Says, you look AI generated, very generic looking. Well, Kevin, I pity you with the greatest of respect because I'm just an average guy, but you're someone who's taking the time to leave a mean comment. So, Kevin, have a good look in the mirror and think about what you're doing. Jazz says, give it more time. You'll have a lot of people. Oh, I'm so behind with the comments, guys. Jazz says, give it more time and you have a lot of people watching and you're not going to be able to keep up with the chat. Well, Jazz, that would be the problem. If I started getting like lots of... I struggle to keep up with the comments now sometimes, and I'm only like a very small stream. But I always want to read as many comments as I can because, number one, I enjoy doing it. Number two, the chat often tells me they like the fact that I read the comments. And number three, which is going back to number one, it's basically number one again. I like reading the comments, because it's fun. I find it fun seeing what people are saying, where they're from, what they're thinking, and also as well, people like hang out in the chat and make friends, and that's super as well. Calpy says, what do you like to do in your free time? Well, Calpy, when I'm not being a superstar streamer with a huge audience, just kidding. But yeah, when I'm not streaming, I like working out, I like exercising, being out in nature. I love food. Food is one of my biggest passions. What else? Seeing friends. I like art. going to look at art, sometimes making a little bit of art. Yeah, vibing, like more stuff as well, but those are the ones off the top of my head. Nirvana says, I'm a head out. Stay safe and take care, everyone. Have a good day, evening, night. You are. Stay positive. Bye bye. Kiss, kiss. Nirvana, if you're still watching, big love to yourself. Thank you for hopping on the stream. I hope things are good where you are. I appreciate you bringing the energy and the positive vibes as always. So, double your Nirvana. Poppy says, I like skydiving and sport and reading. Low-key everything. I'm an open book. That's cool, man. I've never been skydiving, but one day I want to for sure. And reading as well. So you're going from like, oh, nearly kicked over my water again. So yeah, you're going from like skydiving, which is super adventurous, to reading, which is super chill. But a good hobby, like such a good thing to do. For real. Paul says, you any free phone at the time? I mean, you have. I'm not sure what that means, Mughal, but nice to see you in the chat. Thank you to whoever just hit the 19th like. That's super cool. And chat. Don't know if you can see. I don't even know what this is. I think this is Travis Scott, right? Oh, 20 likes. Guys, chat. We just made it 20 likes. Whenever I stream, yeah, it's Travis Scott. Whenever I stream, I always want to hit 20 likes. It's just a psychological thing. So whoever just hit the like button for the 20th time, you are a one. Let me go back to these comments. What have we got? What have we got? Huntsman says, have a night day. No, I can't have a blessed night day. Thank you for bringing the vibes. Honestly, I'm so full, everybody. I'm not making money from YouTube, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the vibes right now, literally. And every time I jump on stream, you guys do such a good job of positive energy. My whole thing is I want to spread a little bit of positive energy in the world and on the internet, because the internet can have some really mean people on it. Just hate watching, rage baiting, everything like that. And that's not what we're doing here. We're trying to just spread positive energy. So if that's you in the chat being a real one, thank you. What else have we got in the chat? Moonu says, do you like listening to music? Yes, I listen to music. And we have been taking some requests tonight. We've had a few different tunes on, different genres, different music. So if there is, we've got a few minutes left on stream tonight, guys. So if there's a song that you really want to hear, let me know in the chat. Seth K 1434 says, have you played the new Resident Evil? I have not, Seth. I'm actually not really a gamer. I'm not against gaming. I never got into it when I was a younger guy. Like I've told you on the chat many times before, I actually was never allowed to have a console, really. I had like a second-hand PlayStation, and that was pretty much it. So I'm not a very good gamer. But I said when I 200 subs, we're going to do a Roblox stream, and that is coming. I've just had a lot on. I need to do a proper setup, but I'm a man of my word, and we're going to do a Roblox stream soon. So if you have any Roblox games that you recommend, let me know. Nirvana says, my biggest passion is art and making Dandy's World edits. And she's still here. Nirvana, is Fane playing in the background? Yes, it is. I think the comments are behind now. Was Travis Scott Fane in the background? And Nirvana's biggest passion is art. That's super cool. Art is a big passion of mine. I used to work with artists for my day job. For my job now, I used to work with artists, and it was a really good experience. That's actually how I got to meet people from different places in the world as well, like a lot of artists from all over the place. Hey, that Edit Kid says, me. What's up, that Edit Kid? Edit Kid, nice to see you, chat. Liz Welch says, Brookhaven. Is that where you're from, Liz Welch? I think the chat is lagging a bit. But if that's where you're from, thank you for sharing. And Esan says 21 likes. Hell yeah. Guys, if you're watching, let's bump it up a little bit. Let's see if we get to 25, that'd be crazy. But if it's all good, we've hit 20. So we've got a few more minutes on chat anyway, but on stream. But either way, it's been fun. And Huntsman says, Nirvana, thanks for keeping the vibes chill. Thank you, Huntsman, for being chill. Thank you, Nirvana, for being chill. And just genuinely, guys, thank you for making this stream enjoyable for me. So thank you. Dandy says, Edward, is it good to be weird? Yes, Dandy, it is good to be weird, as long as it's a good kind of weird. There's creepy weird, there's bad weird, and there's just unique weird, fun weird. So yeah, weird is not necessarily bad. Weird can be really good. Diane says I'm a big weirdo. As I say, some of the coolest people out there are weirdos. It's just making sure that you're a good kind of weirdo. And Nirvana says, and being who you are is good. Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, be yourself at all times and just be the best version of yourself. And Dandy says, Edward, people hate being weird. Well, Dandy, my advice to you is keep being the best version of yourself and don't worry too much about what other people think. That's easier said than done. I think about it all the time. Even though like I'm on stream, like chatting with you guys now and confident, like I think all the time about what people think about me, and it's a waste of energy, honestly. As long as you just give it your best shot, try and be the best version of yourself, then thinking too much about what other people think of you, it's a waste of time, a waste of your energy, and it's not help you improve or get to where you want to be in life. So, Dandy, keep being yourself and just be the best version of yourself that you can. Dandy says, Edward, thank you for helping me. Well, Dandy, my pleasure. I hope it did help a little bit. And yeah, honestly, if I could go back in time and give my younger self some advice, it would be care less about what other people think and put that energy into the things that I actually do care about. My passions, improving, being the best version of myself. Put that energy into something constructive and it's going to help your confidence grow. And Nirvana says, people call me weird for being a scene kid, but I'm not going to change for anyone, even though it does hit. Well, Nirvana, respect to you for that, because actually having the confidence and the strength of character, should I say, to keep being yourself and not let other people judge you, even when they make you feel different, it takes a lot, and it's something that the weird people, the weird kids have, and that's why I've always respected people that are different but are unapologetically themselves. Like there's a guy called Les who this is 15 years ago as well. He used to wear a skirt in our northern town, which is not it's not like a city where you see people of all different backgrounds. It's quite like a I don't want to say closed minded. It's not like a big city, right? So for a man to be wearing a skirt, it was people would make judgments about that, but he didn't care. He had the strength of character to just be himself and do what he wanted. So yeah, W on being themselves. Huntsman says, by the way, Moonery got timed out, and I don't know why, Edward. I think SN misclicked. Well, hopefully, yeah, I've not seen Moonery in a little bit, and let's get him out of timeout. And when Moonery, oh yeah, it was timed out by SN for 86k seconds. SN, please chill on the timing out, because you've done that a few times. You think you timed Huntsman out the other day, so SN, unless someone is being really terrible, please chill on the out. And hopefully we can get Moonery out of timeout, because 86k seconds is a long, long time. I'm so behind on comments. Nirvana says, oh, so he was trans femme. I don't think he was trans femme. I think he was literally just a man, like a bisexual man, who sometimes wore women's clothes and had the confidence to do that. So, Moonery has just commented saying, hey, Edward, I was put in time out. I will reply to Moonery's comment after this. So, yeah. Ehsan, if you're still watching, please chill on the timing out. By the way, someone just hit the like button for the 22nd time. You're a real one who you are. I appreciate you. That's awesome. And Greg Bouchard says, hi, are you okay? Greg, I'm doing very well, thank you. I hope you're well. Nice to see you in the chat. And thanks for the question. I hope you're doing well as well. And someone just hit the like button for the 23rd time. Real one. Total real one. And Dandy says, it was me. Respect, Dandy. I appreciate it. Greg says, I'm okay today. Well, that's good to hear, Greg. Hope you've had a nice day. It's always nice when people jump on, introduce themselves, ask me how I am. I'll always ask you how you are. So I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. And Hunter says we accept anyone and everyone except for meanies who decide to do bad stuff. Hope you're all having a good time, by the way. Like I've said before, and I will keep saying, W Huntsman and W everybody who keeps positive energy in the chat. That's what it's about, guys. It's not about trying to be some slick, smooth, rage baiting, hate watching, other stuff in kind of person. We're just trying to spread good energy. That's what my stream, I want it to be about. Like, I'm not gonna be fake. Like, sometimes we have bad days, sometimes we have good days. But the point is we're trying to spread a little bit of positive energy. And you know what, with that in mind, guys, I've streamed for a bit longer than I meant to today. We're on 78 minutes. I'm going to stream for 2 more minutes. So if you have anything that you want to say, chat, put it in the chat because we're on the last 2 minutes. Greg says, a very good day today. Nice, Greg. That's awesome to hear. And Nirvana is going. Nirvana, always a pleasure. I hope you have a nice rest of your day. I think it's nighttime where you are, so have a good night when you go. And we'll see you on another stream. Peace out for now. Huntsman says, Edward, should I ask for permission to time out people or do it myself because I don't want to make mistakes? Well, thank you, Huntsman, for asking for clarifying or asking for clarification. What I would say, Huntsman, is if someone has been obviously horrible, they leave nasty, abusive messages in the chat, time them out. If someone says something that's a little bit controversial, then maybe let them follow it up with an explanation. But if it's things like racism or mean comments, then obviously time them out. Don't stand for that. But yeah, thank you for asking. And if in doubt, feel free to ask. But use your judgment. Greg Bouchard says, I hope we can be friends. Well, Greg, it's been very nice to have you on the stream, and I'm sure we can be. So I'm streaming at 8 p.m. UK at the moment every day, and we're going to keep up the regular streams. So yeah, it's been nice to see you, Greg. And it's always nice to connect with new people. Anna Maria Popov says, hello. What's up, Anna? How are you doing? Huntsman said, oh, okay. Edward, bye. Have a nice day. Also, will you be live tomorrow at 8 p.m.? Yes, I will, Huntsman, and I will hopefully see you there. Also, remember, I gave you shouts. I hope new people to the channel. Yes, guys, if you're still watching, go check out the British Huntsman's channel. He's done a new post. I think he's given me a shout out, and I'm going to go and check that out after this stream. You know what, guys? That's pretty much it for this stream. I also need the toilet, so it's a good time to end this stream. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining this stream. Jazz says, it was good to talk to everyone. Hope everyone has a good one. Thank you, Jazz, for joining. Thank you for bringing the positive energy. It's been nice to have you on the stream again. Dandy's sending love in the chat. Protect Edward at all costs. Protect Dandy. W Dandy, Jazz, W Huntsman, W Nirvana, W Greg, W Anna, W everybody. Everybody that's here right now. Thank you so much for joining the chat, guys. We're going to be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. I hope you can join me. But that's it for this stream. And if you want to show me some extra love, go check out my long form videos on my YouTube channel. It really helps. But anyway, that is it, chat. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out, everybody. Take care of yourselves. And we'll be back 8 p.m. UK tomorrow. Peace out for now.